Yes, yesterday, Jackie Maribe was acquitted by courts of law. She has been battling a 6-year murder case, which Joseph Irungu is rumored to have done. So, it all started when Monica Irungu was murdered in cold blood, and the DCI was able to do some investigation and found out that Joseph Irungu was the last person who met the deceased, and by virtue of being the last person who met the deceased, you become the first suspect. And by that time, Joseph Irungu was dating Jackie Maribe. So the DCI Kinoti by that time made some findings and took the case to the courts of law. So after a 6-year long battle, Jackie Maribe was acquitted, and very many people have come out to talk about this. So in this episode, I've come to talk about this case, what it means for Kenya, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of Kenya. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So first of all, Jackie Maribe was a TV presenter, and she's a former girlfriend of Joseph Irungu, who's, by the way, was taken to the prison till the case is done by the High Court. Okay, but the reason as to why I've come out to say this somehow became a political case is because how Dennis ITUMBI, the communication guru in the UDA, came out to comment about this case. Dennis ITUMBI went on to call DCI Kinoti an hypocrite who wanted this case to gain media attention, and he decided to involve Jackie Maribe, the girlfriend of Joseph Irungu. Okay? Before I speak on this, let me first give you the communication which was done by Dennis ITUMBI. Here is the tape.
2 years had a rogue DCI boss called George Kinoti. George Kinoti was behind the whole of this case, was behind the arrest. We tried to tell him both directly and on social media, and even on your media platforms, that this arrest was misguided. This arrest was not driven by evidence, but by emotion and by a rush of wanting to be on the headlines and to control a story that never existed. Today, the court has affirmed what we have said, that for the last 6 years, George Kinoti put an innocent person on the dock, knowing very well there was no evidence that put Jackie on the scene, that put Jackie on concealing any evidence, and the court has confirmed all that today. When George Kinoti got the evidence of the murder, he knew that it was not quote-unquote sexy enough to bring to court. So what did he do? He noticed that there was a girlfriend of the chief suspect who was involved, and who would command attention, and who would make headlines, and who would sell a story that would last and capture the imaginations of Kenyans, even if the evidence did not show that. How will we reverse 6 years of negative headlines? In fact, the first year after the arrest, there were 14 headlines placing Jackie as a murderer. How, even if she came back to court and sued these guys, how is she going to reverse the negative publicity across the world that came out of it? It is this kind of nonsense that must be dealt with, and George Kinoti must at one time stand on the dock and answer for those kind of things that he did.
That is Dennis ITUMBI. I keep on telling people that Kenya has, I think, Kenya has the highest political temperament in East Africa. Everything is politicized. Monday to Monday, politics is what is being done in this country. So by Dennis ITUMBI coming out to castigate the then DCI boss, Kinoti, that he did not make thorough investigation and he wanted to make this case political, it is somehow a sign of the politics which is involved in this murder. Okay? We all know that the UDA brigade used to fire salvos to DCI Kinoti. Even the then Deputy President, William Ruto, used to come out and fire salvos to DCI Kinoti. Okay? That's the reason as to why even when William Ruto was sworn in as president, he made sure that DCI Kinoti didn't retain that office. Okay? But if you look at the pillars of this case, you really see that there is no way Jackie Maribe is connected to this murder case. Okay? Being a girlfriend of a suspected murderer does not make you a murderer too. Okay? Because the then boyfriend Joseph Irungu was the last person to see the deceased. That did not automatically mean that Jackie Maribe is the murderer. Okay? Okay? So, someone Dennis ITUMBI has a gist of this case. Maybe this Kinoti wanted a lot of attention in the news, wanted to see that he's working so much. Okay? Even when succession was ripe in Kenya, he was among the few people who were at the center of transition. I keep on telling public officers that whenever transition has come on the menu of any country, if you still want your position, somehow you must play a middle ground. You must be a person who can be safe for any candidate who comes into government. Okay? Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.